Trafalgar?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah,
We're going to have to bleep some of these.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Oh, who cares, man?
Everyone, the home and away season, besides from one game, is done. The kind of mystery game out there. Give me a bit of a look, Will.
No?
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Thought I'd screw something up. And how do we feel about it? We're one game away from being into finals, and I'm excited.
Yeah, and it's a big game as well. You win, you make finals. You lose, you don't make finals. Basically how it is for Gold Coast. With a couple other caveats to it, which we'll talk about a bit later. But yeah, it was a good round of footy, I will say. I'm glad that it didn't disappoint. Even the games that didn't really mean much still actually
There's still a bit of fight and a bit of passion.
were actually pretty good from the fight from the teams who had nothing to really play for. But first of all, Bulldogs, they fucked up. They got to live on their own bridge. But they've got to train on Tuesday, even though they don't know if they've made finals or not, which is pretty funny, don't you reckon?
Yeah. They're fucking.
Like you've got to go along knowing that you most likely aren't going to make finals yet. You're training on Tuesday.
Yeah. It's stitch up. No Mad Monday. No on the piss. No
Mhm.
straight to Bali. You have to wait to see if Essendon beat
Mhm.
Gold Coast, which would just be a shit feeling.
Who they've beat by a total of basically 180 this year as well, the Dogs.
I reckon they've
so-
all gone to go out and get Essendon scarves for this week.
Yeah, they're
this
just gonna go down
Wednesday
there.
night. They should go and watch them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Give
Do
them
you
the
go down and
support.
watch?
Give them the
Go
support.
watch them in Gold Coast.
Give them a bit of coaching. Tell them, maybe work through some strategy together. Bevo just calls them up and says, I reckon we run some of these plays.
I just send Bont down there, let him play, get a mid-season trade.
Yeah, well, they were saying that there's a new debutant for Essendon. His name is Barkus Montempelli.
Yeah, I did see that. Pretty sure he went first when he was a kid, so it should be allowed.
True.
How was your guys' weekend before we get cracking into some game reviews?
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Same as usual. Watch local footy, watch normal footy. That's pretty much it.
Will, yourself?
Same goes.
I just
good.
want to highlight the weather.
Yeah, it was good.
Wow, how
Weather
good
was good.
How good is it that we're coming out of winter? We're just getting those bit longer days, bit warmer arvos. The sun's out. I'm loving it.
It's going to be disgusting this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad, but
It's going to be really bad this weekend. So
Why is it not nice?
it's terrible.
Lovely.
Tomorrow's really nice.
Great.
20 degrees and sunny,
Oh.
which is real, like the highest we've seen in a while. But prepare for this weekend. It's an umbrellas out weekend. I can say that much.
well, first game that we'll discuss today is Saints taking on the Giants at Energy Stadium. Keon and your boys were out there giving it a red hot crack. Thought you guys were going to do a bit of an upset. As per usual, end of the season, you just want a few wins. But Giants came away and got the win by about 11 points. What's your take from this game?
So we were going to win the game, but there was an anomaly that we didn't account for, and that was called Zach Jones, who gets done holding the ball 3 times, misses a goal directly in front to put us in front. So pretty much, I wouldn't be offering him a contract. I'd be saying hang the boots up because that was pretty bad. We had a very good chance to win that one, and he was a bit sloppy in the last 5 minutes. But no, I like what the boys did, and it all came down to the young guns. I mean, Nazire in that second half didn't have as good of a game as you probably would have hoped. I know he played a bit more forward. He started cramping right at the end. But, Darcy Wilson kicked 5 at the 23, showed what he'd been learning in the VFL. Thought Jack Steele didn't get much of the ball, but his tackling and his clearance was awesome. Marcus Winhager as well got sent to do a job on Callahan. It did a pretty good job on him as well and got under the skin of not only Callahan, but as well as Tom Green in that third quarter. And, I think he had about an 8-minute period where he racked about 7 or 8 touches up and quite a few clearances. Max Hall was good, kicked some pretty good goals from the boundary as well. But yeah, it was the youngsters, Hugh Boxer as well. His contested marking is just awesome. I love it. But it was just the different names that were getting done for us this week, which I really liked. But I think the Giants, they'll be pretty happy with that the Saints gave it to them. I mean, the first 5 minutes it looked like Giants were just going to roll over the top of the Saints. I think they kicked the first 3. And Giants probably thought, they probably wanted a close game coming into it. Probably not as close as what this was, but I mean, it's good for them to get ready a close game. They were able to plan, what they want to do if it does come to finals, and it's a game most likely like that. And I thought they set up really well. They opened the ground up as wide as they possibly could, even though St Kilda were literally trying to stop it. Did you see how many numbers they sent to the contest? It was actually unbelievable.
No, I didn't.
That was their way of stopping the tsunami. So I wouldn't be surprised if other teams try and copy that. They had they sent about 15 players at one stage into the GWS, into the St Kilda forward line. There was 30 blokes just in the Saints forward line, just trying to clog it. Saints did that. But yeah, I thought Saints did well. GWS, what were your thoughts, Will?
Yeah, I think this was a gutsy win from the Giants. They came out on top, which is probably what we all expected to happen. Saints did well to hold them this close. I thought the Saints actually played a really good brand of football. But at the end of the day, the Giants did what they needed to do, and that is come out with the win and come out with a good win, because now they've got a home final with Jack Buckley and Jesse Hogan coming in next week, hopefully. Did Brent Daniels play?
So yeah, he played VFL. He had 29 and 2 behinds.
Yeah, okay. So Brent Daniels, Barkley and Hogan, 3 huge ins. Cornelio goes out with concussion, I think. But apart from that,
But he should, I don't know, it's going to be close. Depends. Because there's obviously the week off, but they played on a Sunday. So I think he'll actually miss because their game will most likely be on a Saturday.
yeah,
He falls into a 13 days, not 14 days.
stitch up.
And then if they do win their first final, they've got Callie and Stringer to come back as well,
Yeah.
along with Cornelio.
Yeah, so Giants did what they needed to do, kicked the 14 behinds, which definitely didn't help them. Had a bit of a younger forward line going up there, but they were still able to do the job. Toby Green, he was massive for them.
2 great marks right at the end of the game.
Yeah. And Max Grzyuski,
He looked good.
he looked good, and hopefully we can see him in a finals game, depending on if they've liked his form. I'll put it this way. I feel like his form has been better than Callum Brown over the past 3 weeks. Callum Brown's had one game where he kicked maybe 4 or 5 goals, but since then he's only kicked 2 goals in, I think, a 3-week period, whereas Gru's kicked, I think, maybe 6 goals over 3 games or something like that.
I feel like Callum Brown's a little bit more mobile for him as well, though.
Yeah, I guess. It just depends what suits the team. I feel like both of them will probably leave when you see Jesse Hogan in the side, but hopefully he can keep his spot. But apart from that, not really. I think it was just kind of what we expected to happen, but Saints did a lot better to keep it within reach.
Just before we move on to the next one, Keon, obviously the Saints aren't going through the final, so this is the end of your 2025 season. If you were to put a few words on this, how do you feel you progressed this season, and what's something you want to see next season? I'm sure we'll touch on it in the off season, but first kind of initial reaction.
Well, it's a disappointing season, obviously. When you don't make finals, then you expected to or trying to. It's disappointing. But I think our last sort of 6 weeks of football was really good. We finished every game off pretty good. I think even the ones that we still lost, like this one, and I think there was one few weeks before the ones we had won, we made them close games. So I think we played some better footy at times. And I mean, I look at this game on the weekend, we used the corridor a lot more. We didn't go as wide. I think we're the most, we use the ball the most coming out of our back line through the boundary, but we use the corridor a lot more from what it looked like. And I just hope that that's what they continue to do. Now there's some big things they got to work on off field over the next sort of month. Looks like Rowan Marshall will stay. However, De Koning will come, and hopefully Winhager signs. And yeah, I mean, we got 5 other players to sign on the week before the weekend game. So that looked good, but yeah, just need to work on the off field stuff in the next month, and then hit preseason and get ready for season 2026.
Fair enough. The Saturday Arvo game, Will, your boys took on the Cats. A game that really was just about kind of the Cats just getting through and making it through and getting that top 4, top 2 spot. which they did come away with getting the 40-odd point win. But to your guys' credit, your guys' second half, you really came back and put in the hard miles. Would have been really easy for you guys to drop your head and kind of just go, oh, they're just going to wallop us. It's the end of the season. Who cares? But I feel like that showed a bit of grit in your guys' performance of the young boys going out there and just trying to get as much football and as much experience out of every game possible. Would you feel like that was a good summary of how this game went, or what was your thoughts coming out of this one?
Yeah, I was really happy with how the boys played in that mainly fourth quarter. It was starting to get real ugly. I think it pulled out to 81 points, I think it was their biggest lead. And to come back and only lose by 39 points, I was really happy with. Just a couple key players. I thought Sam Banks played his best game for the year, picked up the 30 touches. He was unreal. Dion Prestia had 29 and 2. So good to see him hit the scoreboard. Seth Campbell had 19 and 2 goals as well. And I thought that was Tom Lynch's best game I've seen him play in a very long time. Put Tom Stewart on his ass with that fend off and then laced out Seth Campbell in the forward line, kicked the 3 goals, had the 11 touches. So that was really good to see from him. It was good to see Josh Gibcus back out there. First game in, I think, a whole year, basically.
517 days.
Yeah, 517 days. So that was definitely very good to see. And I think everyone was just out there for McIntosh's last game. Obviously, not getting offered a contract next year for the Tigers. Absolute legend of the club, dual premiership medalist, and 200 game, a ripper player. Hopefully someone gives him a contract next year. You'd think so.
Where do you think that might be?
I saw a lot of reports about it being at Carlton.
Yeah. Well,
To get some premiership-
They were Haynes last year. So.
Yeah, to get some like premiership, because they don't really have 2 wingmen. They've got Akers and then Hollands, but they've kind of tried to put Hollands
Use
more
it
in the
the
midfield
half-back.
or the halfback. And then apart from that, maybe Cottrell, but he's been
Yeah.
injured and out of the side. So I could definitely see him going there. North Melbourne's another major one. They love picking up the oldies. I mean, if they picked up Jack Darling, I can't see why they wouldn't pick up McIntosh. Doesn't have to play more than 10 games, but even if he can just be a pillar for someone like Bailey Scott or Tom Powell or, just those players, the heart and soul players, help work it out from them. But yeah, that was basically all I had for it.
Keon, do you have anything coming out of this game?
I think what the Tigers did to finish the season off throughout the last month of footy was pretty good, and then that second half, they did pretty good. Geelong lifted off the gas a little bit, but they went and did what they needed to do. Got through unscathed, so they're the healthiest team. They're not missing a single player out of their best 22, 23, which is just unbelievable when you think about coming into finals. They give a few players. They get that break. They're just in the best spot, in my opinion, out of all the teams coming into finals. Yeah, I think the thing I'd be worried about for clubs is the form that Tom Stewart's found in the last 3 weeks has been awesome. Geelong have gone through this year without him really performing that well, and then he's just getting there now and could play a big part in their finals run.
Will, similar to what I asked Keon before, obviously Tig's not making finals. What do you want to see out of what do you think of this year? Let's start off there. And what do you want to see next year?
Oh yeah, well obviously very happy with the year. I think that's a given. Got the 5 wins, got some great young talent in, got some great old talent back in. People like Gibcus and found some absolute gems in someone like Seth Campbell, who will be in the 40-man All-Australian squad, which is great to see from a second-year player. Sam Banks, another one who's really started to find his feet, find his form. Tom Brown as well. people like that where they're not very high draft picks, but they've really started, with enough game time and enough, help and belief, have really found their form, found their feet in the AFL. So definitely happy with that. I'm keen to see Tom Lynch play another healthy season. I'm keen to see Josh Smiley at it next year, get his debut game. He's hopefully going to play in our finals game this week for the VFL.
They lost, didn't they?
No,
It was the Giants.
we beat the Giants.
Oh, I thought they lost to the Giants.
So we beat the Giants in the wild card, and we're playing against Lions this week in Brisbane. So Smiley is a good chance to play against them. A bunch of the young boys have all qualified for those finals, so hopefully we get to see them for another week.
Well, we have quite a lot of them that'll play in that. Be like about 6 or 7 of them that do.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them.
Like Taj Hodden, he should play as well, shouldn't he?
Yeah,
would've
I
played a
think he
few.
qualified. Maurice
Trainer.
Rioli, he will.
Yeah, I thought Maurice Rowley played quite a lot of games in the.
Yeah, he did.
Ones
He
this
played
year.
the. Oh no, not the ones. The
No,
twos.
Did he finish? Did he start the year in the 2s?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the whole
okay.
first half of the year was in the 2s. Harry Armstrong, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to go down. Oh, maybe.
Noah Bolter should be able to.
Yeah, did he play a couple games?
Because when he wasn't able to play the night games, he was playing the day games.
Was
I
he?
don't know how many games. How many games is it to qualify? You know,
3, I think.
boy, it'd be close. I reckon.
Yeah,
He definitely played 1. I can tell you that.
yeah.
Whether he played another 2, it was those games where he couldn't play in the night games. He would play VFL if they played during the day.
Yeah,
But yeah, that would be an interesting one if he does.
yeah. But even just to see them, get in there and play,
Yeah.
will be great to see. So the Richmond season's not over yet. We've got a good game against the Lions coming up this week in the VFL, and you're not really missing much. Kaczynski is fucking tearing it
Oh,
up in the
he's doing
VFL at the
elite.
moment. Like, it's actually ridiculous. I think he's kicked like 9 goals in 2 games.
Well, the other week I think he had 4 and 30.
Yeah, like I was watching that
with
game.
20 hit outs.
Bro, he looked like Tony Lockett out there. It was ridiculous. And I've never thought of that as Kaczynski. But yeah.
On to last night's game at the Gabba. Hawks take on the Lions. Fight for a top 4 spot for the Hawks. What was the Lions? Was it the Lions top 4 spots as well? Were they secure?
Yes.
No, they had to win to make
Yeah,
top
I thought
4.
so.
If you won, you made top 4.
Yeah. The performance of my boys, I don't know. Like, it looked good at times, but at sometimes it just looked like we weren't playing our brand of football and we were a bit stagnant and kind of just didn't know where the next handball was. I felt that we were over handballing a lot when we were in trouble. But overall, like Lions, unreal side at home. They just really were the better side. There's no if, buts, or maybes about it. We were so lucky that we were even in this game, considering how many points did they kick?
23.
23 points. Like, it was tough out there. But I feel like our players, played a good brand of football, but I don't know how far that gets us in the finals. Like, I don't know if we win the next finals game, depending on who it is.
Yeah, I'd like to back Sharky up there. The Hawks are a very lucky football club that Brisbane don't know how to find the goals. Sam Day missed probably the 2 easiest goals I've ever seen after putting in the hard yards. Zach Bailey also missed the 2 easiest goals I've ever seen in that first quarter. And that's 4 goals in that first quarter that were uncontested.
0-8 at quarter
0-8
time.
at quarter time. And, a lot of the chat was they were kept goalless. Brisbane kept themselves goalless.
Yeah.
They wanted a challenge. It felt like, at least. Logan Morris as well missed a set shot in that first quarter.
Yeah.
So, really, Brisbane kept themselves out of this game, to be honest. And I feel like we'll never stop seeing this. We thought Joe Danaher would disappear, and he was the reason why they would miss so much.
What's something
but-
wrong with the Gabba? They don't kick well at the Gabba.
Oh yeah, I don't know what it is. It's probably because Sam Day was their main kicker goal. But geez, that second Zach Bailey one, I'd back him in. Well, I'd back anyone else in like 100 times out of 100.
They were 60, 70% like chance you're going to kick it. They weren't difficult. All 3 of his shots.
Oh
were,
yeah,
like you should just be kicking those at AFL
Yeah.
level.
so yeah, Look, I give respect where respect's given. Hawthorn did really well to capitalise on their opportunities. When they had a shot at goal, they took it up. But for me, it felt like Brisbane were the way better side all day.
Keon, your take?
I'm a bit different to you boys. I thought what Hawthorn showed was actually pretty good. I was a bit bullish of them a little bit coming into finals. I think what they showed in this game actually makes me probably feel a bit better for them. I thought the way that they moved the ball against a team like this was actually really good. Chol worked well, pretty good. I know Lewis came off with a little bit of a sore hammy. That was just precautionary, nothing really to worry about there. But against such a good defense, I thought they actually moved the ball through them quite well. Even though, we talk about their small forwards, didn't really have a very big game. D'Ambrosio got shut down. McDonald got shut down. Ginnivan, as always, was pretty good. He's really this back end of the season. Have we seen a player who's been dropped to the twos come back and play football this good? Like Bailey Fritsch would be one. Those two this year, I just don't know if there's been other players in the last sort of 5 years that have done quite as well as those two have done.
I'll get back to you.
But yeah, I thought Hawthorn actually did all right. Their only weakness
Rory Lobb.
I look at times.
Came
Yeah,
back in
last
that-
year.
Came back in their back line.
Last year did all right. It's just that their midfield game, it struggles at time. If it's not Newcomb getting the clearance, then it's really it. Warple gets them a little bit around the ground, but in sort of centre clearance, doesn't get too much of it. And yes, I still want to see more Dylan Moore, Nick Watson going into that midfield. But yeah, I feel like if you can stop Jai Newcomb, then clearance, which if you can get a centre clearance and get into your forward line, it straight away becomes a 6v6, and that's what we saw Lions do and get, except they just weren't able to convert. But yeah, the Hawks weren't horrible. I think they actually did quite well, and they just played the game how it was. Obviously, then the Carl Amon handball. I don't understand how you can pay that deliberate when there's 2 minutes to go. You need to kick a goal, and you'd want to handball it out of bounds. I just don't understand why the umpire. That's just like a brain failure from the umpire. I thought the umpires this round were actually really horrible.
I like that. They were subpar.
That was very interesting. And if that came down to a finals game in an elimination final, and that cost Hawthorn, I would genuinely be having a few chats to the AFL. But Brisbane didn't kick straight, so they probably deserve one. And when they were missing ones from Jackal in front, Ravel went in, kicked one around the body and kicked it, and then had a shot after the siren directly in front and missed it.
Yeah.
Not much more to touch on that game, so we'll move on to Willie's Wonkers.
Yeah, just the one for this week, boys. Not too much. There was out there, I felt. No, I thought this one was a pretty good one, though. It was Jacob Hopper just falling over on the bench. Just comes off for a quick spell, gets back up and just completely falls over.
Mouth guard falls out.
Mouth guard falls out and everything. It was a proper klutz of a moment. So, yeah, that was the Wonkers for the week. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, we're not counting the GWS versus Saints, how they put up the GWS versus Sydney. Energy Stadium, bit of a wonker there.
Who did that?
Well,
I didn't see that.
Oh, didn't you?
You know, it's NG Stadium.
NG.
Right?
Same stuff.
I've let it slide the past 2 weeks.
Well, I can
What
say
happened?
I can say Lions now probably. So
You mean Brisbane?
Brisbane.
There you go.
So we're moving up in the world.
Well, it was bad that you didn't even know what was wrong with what you
Yeah.
were saying.
That's
Yeah.
a wonker in itself, actually. We never brought that to light.
Yeah, true. Punishment?
Why is the first word out of your mouth always punishment? Yeah, so they had the scoreboard up and it was they switched something up for some reason and it was GWS versus the Sydney Swans.
Interesting.
Leftover banner.
Well, it wasn't a banner, it was just on the actual screen. They just changed the infographic and it was the Swans.
Someone pressed the wrong button.
Yeah.
So I thought that might be a bit of a wonker. To start off the round, we had Dons versus the Blues. Bit of a nothing game in terms of what it meant, but I felt like it was played in pretty good spirits. No team went out there and kind of dropped their head. Blues obviously came away with the win on this one, but Dons, they look forward into the season to maybe be a bit of a Grinch, be a bit of an upset towards this the Suns. Do you guys have anything really you want to touch on from this game?
Nah.
Merritt played his 250th. He was pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty stock
Led
standing
the way.
game.
Hewitt again. Yeah, it was just a good game. It was a really good game.
Yeah,
I
it
thought.
was. It was quite a cracking game.
The skill honestly actually wasn't horrible. And then for certain players, it was big games. I mean, Francis Evans' last month of football, I would say, has actually been pretty good. He'll
He's
probably
really
earn
fighting for that
himself.
contract.
Yeah, and I think he'll get it. Sam Walsh again gets to another game unscathed. Had the 28.
This is his first one back.
Second one.
Is it?
Yeah, he played last week.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, every player sort of stood out. Like every player that you thought would play well did play well in this game. And Tom de Koning at the end of the game got his nice little picture of playing 100 games and basically said, "Good luck to the club in the future, but I won't be here next year," which was
How
pretty
often
funny.
does this happen? You reckon?
Oh, that's a pretty rare one, I would say.
Not
I don't think
often?
I've seen a player like just openly.
They're
Yeah.
starting to go like the NRL.
No, NRL, they're already like said that they're leaving and they're still
That's what I
playing
mean.
games.
They should start doing that.
I don't know. It was just I haven't felt like I've seen like vision of everyone standing around and someone being like, "Yeah, like good luck next year, guys." He wasn't trying to hide it, but
No,
he
I
wasn't
think it's
trying
a
to
bit-
explicitly say anything.
I honestly think that's poor from him, to be honest. It's a bit of a flog moment, in my opinion, especially coming to St Kilda. I don't know. I don't like that. It's not a good way to win a new fan over. That's all I'll say.
I feel like he's never going to properly win you over though.
Oh, I can't even talk about it. It just pisses
You know
me
what
off.
I was having a look at actually? The last time you guys made finals. And I'm not sure if you remember this game. It was 2023. It was the Giants versus you guys.
I was at that game.
You were at that game at the MCG.
Yeah. We asked for it. We were going to get played at Marvel and we said, no, we want to play at the G.
And you know who your best player was on that field?
Honestly,
You could say two players. There's two players you could probably say.
well, I actually don't
Oh,
remember. I just
three.
remember fucking Connor Iden just tore us to bits. Intercept mark. So did Sam Taylor.
Yeah. So
I want to say Liam Henry. No, Liam Henry wasn't there. Yeah, he
No.
got announced that day that he was actually coming to St Kilda. I remember.
so
No, I couldn't tell you to be
the
honest.
two other people I'll give you, apart from the one that I'm about to say, is Bradley Hill had 30 and 2.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good game. Jack Steele had
Mhm.
38 touches, probably your stock standard people. Rowan Marshall
Mhm.
had 31 disposals, a goal, 4 tackles, 9 clearances, and 18 hitouts. And this is the bloke that you're about to pick up TDK for and get Rowan Marshall the second ruck. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't make sense. We said he's not going to go, so obviously he's not going to leave. I just don't get the de Koning thing with the rule changes coming in. Why you'd pay a ruckman that much, and why we want him versus Marshall? Like literally the stats you just pointed out.
Same thing.
Just they're identical players basically, except de Koning's probably a little bit younger, maybe a bit more mobile, but he's skinnier, so he gets beat in the ruck a bit more.
Better forward, probably.
So I think Marshall's a better forward than he is, to be honest.
But TDK's still got time, kind of thing. Like he's a lot younger than him.
Yeah, but that's the only difference I can really see.
Yeah.
But I don't
You know, if I
Marshall's
was
stayed,
Marshall, I'd
but-
be furious.
Oh,
you would be
he
so
has the
angry.
right. He
I'd
has the
say,
right
fuck
to be.
this, I'm going to Richmond. And that's what he should do.
He has the right. Well, if he goes, he'll go to Geelong. If we let him go, I just don't think we will.
What the fuck is Geelong got to give him? A whole farm? So ridiculous. They're going to get Kerno Geelong. They're going to get Kerno fucking...
There's this whole linkage to Geelong.
Marshall.
Apparently, the only linkage to it. Have you heard what the linkage is?
No.
Where they've got this, he's going to go to Geelong. So his
Why?
brother plays football in a league in Geelong, right? No, it gets better. So when he goes to watch his brother, he goes like maybe every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. He goes, his barber is in Geelong as well, so he gets his hair cut in Geelong. Apparently, that's the linkage.
Oh, the barber.
That his barber and his brother play footy in Geelong.
Bruv.
So he's going to go move to Geelong.
Come on. Seriously. But like, how much money would they have left if they picked up Clary's contract, Kurno's contract,
yeah, but this
Marshall signed him to a 4 or 5 year deal?
I think they could literally they drop 100 to 200K off contract solely by being like, you're going to play finals every single year.
True.
Like, I feel like that's just how they word it.
True.
Bailey Smith, come play with us. You will play finals every single year. Oh,
And-
Rowan Marshall, you haven't played finals. He's played 2 final series in your whole career and you're 28 or whatever. Come play with us and you'll be in finals for the next 7 years. Like, I feel like that's just how they sell it.
Yeah. And then you make, well, at least with Bailey Smith, huge ambassador for Cotton On. Like, you
Yeah.
just be getting bank off that already.
I think out of all those players, if they want to go, I think Rowan Marshall is their player they need to go for. So Reece Stanley,
Yeah, Reece
getting
Stanley's fucking
old.
shit.
Blitzarv's getting old.
Blitzarves is still there, but you can slowly see it fading away.
Blitzarv's played his 300th game next year, which is unbelievable.
What?
Yeah. You know Tom Atkins played his 150th on the weekend as well? Yeah.
The timelines don't make sense. Meanwhile, Mark O'Connor's played 200 games. It's like, what are we doing?
The next game we have is
It'll
the,
be next year. Sorry, it'll be next year. And Sean Manners a 200K
yeah,
player.
yeah.
the next game we have is the Friday night game. Pies taking on the D's. A absolute nail biter. Good way to start off the Friday. Really, the question coming out of this is, does this bring Pies back to where they're meant to be? You know, close game. But does that like start a chain reaction? Like, oh yeah, we can win games again. Like,
This
moving
is
forward.
you wanted to smash these cunts, but now you can barely beat Melbourne.
And the other question is, D's like seriously can't win close games. Like it's actually their kryptonite.
Yeah, Max Gordon
They
had a
can't
crack
win
after the game.
Close games against Collingwood is what I've figured out.
This whole
cannot
year
hack
they
'em.
can't win
They
close
cannot hack
games.
them. Like Collingwood, SNL. I can't remember when was the last time a Melbourne game was a blowout. Like they actually just cannot crack a
2023.
fucking.
Yeah.
Because I know that 2023 was the final series.
There was one King's birthday where I'm pretty sure one of them fucking just obliterated the other team.
Because I know that 2023 final series, Melbourne's first final was against the Pies,
Mm.
and that was a very close game as well. Like they just can't get him. They can never get him, and they played really fucking good this week. And you know, sucks that you lost, but you almost deserve it. What were they up by? 20 points with 8 minutes left. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm a Pies fan, I'm not happy at all. I am not confident going into the final series at all, especially against a team like Adelaide.
Oh,
Adelaide's not
you
going to drop a
reckon?
20-point lead in 8 minutes. No way.
Oh, see, if I was the Pies, I think that's what they needed. And in that last 10 minutes, what we'd seen in the last month of football was not what we saw in the last 10 minutes. It was the old Collingwood that just went and just moved the ball through the corridor and just said, fuck it. If we lose by 6 goals, we're going to lose by 6 goals or we're going to win the game. And they went and won the game. I thought, yeah, that fourth quarter, especially that second part of that fourth quarter, it was the old Collingwood that we saw back, the run, the handball game, just straight through the corridor. I think that's what they needed. They just needed a win. Like if they lost this game, then I would have said, yeah, no, there's no chance that they can make a run. But I don't think we should sleep on Collingwood because I think they got what they needed and I think they're ready to go. It's a completely different game come finals. And I mean, they only lost to Adelaide by, what was it, less than a goal a week ago. So
I don't know. You can't lose 5 games out of 6 for me, and then just come in and play well in finals.
I don't think they're going to play well in finals, but I feel like they're just going to be that annoying side that's always got close games again.
The only reason I could see them going far is because Adelaide just until 2 weeks ago have never been able to beat them. But they still have the same issues. They still cannot convert inside 50. Tim Memory
well.
is not a viable option at
are
all.
pretty good against Melbourne.
Yeah, but you had Melbourne's not a good side. Where their defense has been caught out. Like Jack Gunston kicked 7 goals last week against
Mm.
Melbourne's back line. Disco Turner got completely shown his weaknesses to this week as well. I can't see Collingwood's forward line and it just doesn't work for me. Like I don't like it. Like we're relying on Lachie Schultz to do all the heavy lifting or Jordan De Goey. Jordan De Goey was huge in this game for him.
That was his best game.
Yeah.
In 2 years.
Like huge. And he only kicked the one goal, but that goal was massive for them, in my opinion. Ned Long's goal as well. That was huge.
That was a
as
good
well.
goal.
Oh, fuck. Good to see him getting some good form as well. But like you've got Bruzzy Maynard kicking goals and Steele Sidebottom kicking goals. You need a viable option down forward, and they just don't have one apart from Jamie Elliott.
I feel like all year though, that's what it was. They had used Jamie Elliott the first 10 games, and apart from that, who else was kicking goals from? It was those names. It was Dacos would kick them, Sidebottom, just those midfielders were getting their goals.
I don't know. I feel like the first half of the year, like we've seen a lot of Brody Myercheck and Tim Membry, and obviously Bobby Hill, but he's not playing. And I just feel like it's taken a massive hit. Tim Membry's not looking the same, whether his body's getting older or not. Bobby Hill's not in the side, and Dan McStay just does not look right at all. Like he's not performing well on a football field.
They've got 2 weeks to get Bobby ready. Whether he'll be ready or not, I'm not sure. Hasn't played footy in ages. But that's a big one for them. But no, I feel a bit better for Collingwood now that they just got a win.
The next game we had was Port take on the Suns. Ken's last game, Travis Boak's last game. And they came away and got the chocolates on this one.
Rory Atkins' last game.
Mm-hmm.
He's been disrespected.
He was sub. That's how disrespected he was. And Sharky's 2 weeks in a that's 2 weeks in a row. I had to correct Sharky last week and say that it was Rory Atkins as well. And then now you've had to go and do it.
But yeah, coming away and getting the chocolates on this one, an impressive win. Really, if you're a Suns fan, you've got to be not worried, but you're tempting fate.
What, the 2,000 of them?
Yeah, all 2,000 of them. I saw like 4 TikToks today that were like, guys, we need the Suns fans to band together. And I was like, oh, poor guys. It's with like 100 likes on the TikTok. I was like, oh, all 100 of you are trying real hard. But yeah, an impressive game. Another close one. Good one for a Friday night. Really, the fixturing came into light here. What do you guys see out of this one?
Port just took moments. That's what it was. It was a game of moments. That Burn Jones tackle to finish the game when was the young man in his first game, I can't remember what his name is, gets tackled holding the ball in the goal square. Burn Jones, that was the All-Australian Burn Jones that we're used to a few years ago. It was an unbelievable tackle. I think that could be tackle of the year in my opinion to win a game. But yeah, I mean Georgiades gets a very dodgy free kick, but he converted that one. But yeah, again, moments.
Will?
Yeah, this game was electric. Love to see it. Fucking wish I tipped him. I knew they were going to do it for Ken, do it for fucking Trav. And we did say that Port have the ability to do something real funny. And fuck, they did do something really funny. And
They'll set it up well.
They set them up perfectly for this last game. And we've been saying it all year. Imagine this Essendon Gold Coast game comes down to Gold Coast playing finals. And it does. Not like it's going to be much of a game, but at the end of the day, it still did. I thought Zach Butters was absolutely unreal. Travis Boak in his last game was electric. Georgiades obviously kicked the 4. But overall, I don't think Gold Coast actually played that bad. Like,
they just got done dirty by the umpires.
yeah, the umpires absolutely killed them, and I'm not gonna lie, their midfield kind of got shut down. Like,
Well, that was, yeah. So I had a look at this game today. Matt Real was just bullied. They just bullied Matt Real until he just couldn't do it anymore. In that first half, they just, every time he got the ball, I reckon he got tackled at least 10 times in that game. He was just, absolutely annihilated.
and he's normally the one that's laying the tackles as well, so that's how you know something was up. they did a really good job against Damon Harwick and his boys. So credit to them. Credit to the umpires for keeping the script going and getting Port the win on Ken's last game.
I just think Port caught Gold Coast off guard a little bit as well, because Rosie went into the midfield and played the whole game in the midfield
Yeah.
as well. So I think that may have, I don't know whether they had a plan for him, whether someone might have gone to him and then that kind of caught him off guard. But yeah, I think apart from how his team's done, but the way Travis Boak has ended his career, just from him
Yeah.
personally, awesome way to finish it. Because you look at players that take one too many years, and you go, good players like him, you go, they deserve another year,
Yeah.
but they kind of fall off, and we don't see the good moments from him. But just him as a player himself, I thought his end of the year has been awesome, and he surely is a. I'm pretty sure he'll be a chance in the sort of top 5, top 6 of their best and fairest. You reckon?
He's missed a lot of football this year, though. He's missed at least 8 games.
He's
9
played 16 games this year.
Okay, maybe not then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he just
He finished off the
year quite
last
well.
2-3 weeks he's had have been
Yeah.
absolutely electric. Played 77% CBAs this week, so which is the most double the most he's ever played all season.
Mm-hmm.
The most he played was last week, and that was 45% CBAs. And before that, it was like 26% in one game. So he definitely said to Ken, look, it's my last game out there. I'm going to leave it all out there. Chuck me in the guts and leave me there. And that's what Ken did. Had, 22 touches,
22.
the 8 tackles, I think, or 9 tackles, 5 clearances. Did a great job for the boys. Finished off real strong.
Ken,
Yeah.
after the game as well, in his press conference, saying,
Was not thinking they could win at all.
was like, didn't give us a chance, didn't think we were going to win. And then roles reverse, Hardwick basically flamed his team and said, well, it's up to you now on
Yeah.
Wednesday night. He basically said, he's literally said, I'm just going to take a step back and leave it to them. And if they want to make finals, they can make finals.
I thought Matty Liddy was really good.
Yeah, he was actually.
We're seeing some really good signs from him, and that's a great thing.
From this game, that takes us on to Kiz's crack.
A crack at it.
Get all worked up enough to crack it.
Yes, well, it's a good segue after talking about this game and the umpires. Hopefully it's the final time we speak about them coming into finals, but just them overall for the year, I think this is the worst umpiring season we've seen. At least I'm going to say for the 5 years, because that's where my memory of watching basically every footy game is. But, just appalling. I mean, they went and added an extra umpire. We've got 4 on a field now, and we're still making silly decisions, missing things. I look at the Dacos one on the weekend, puts Langdon in a headlock. Nah, not a free kick. Gets his leg lifted up in the air, but no, we'll pay Dacos a free kick.
That was ridiculous.
There was 13-26 in that Gold Coast game, and not just the free kicks. I think there was 5 50-meter penalties against Gold Coast for really stupid ones. There was ones that weren't called. I mean, Ben Long got basically punched in the head in a marking contest, and it got called play on. And then there was some interesting ones called in the St Kilda GWS game, both ways as well. That's not just, I think it was more GWS, probably got a few unlucky ones that weren't called. And then, you just look throughout the season. I mean, there's some horrible stuff. They need to fix it up come finals. Hopefully, a better group of umpires. They spoke about Sharky, and I heard that their umpires were umpiring together if they made finals or not. So I think this North Melbourne Adelaide game was solely just umpires who were umpiring finals. Was that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, let's say, I don't know if it was true, but the Port Adelaide Suns game was all the umpires that weren't going to play finals. So they tried to keep them all together so they can get an understanding with each other.
Hang on, so the Port.
Oh, I don't know about that game.
Oh,
I
okay.
I know that the North Adelaide game that had the umpires that will be in finals, which I didn't get to watch these games, so I can't tell you if it was umpired well. But yes, I thought that's actually quite interesting. I'm not sure if that's a normal thing that the AFL do, but Yeah, that was pretty. But yeah, just the umpiring has just been appalling this year. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, terrible. It's unacceptable, and it's starting to. I feel like they just think they can get away with it, and it needs to be held accountable in some sort of way. Needs to be several complaints made by football clubs after this end of this year. It's been on a downhill slope ever since they've changed the rules on holding the ball and all this kind of shit. The past 2 years, I feel like have definitely been the worst I've seen in a very long time.
And there was one actually against Sarong, who gave away a high free kick to Jordan Croft, who Sarong went in with the right technique, and Croft just put his head in there and got a high
that
free
was
kick.
bullshit.
And it's
yeah.
like, how can you reward someone who doesn't know how to use their
Yeah.
body correct? Like
yeah,
that was just technique versus shit technique.
yeah.
And just because he put his head in there with a shit technique. Like, and there's talks about, like, will Sarong get suspended? I hope he doesn't. But if he does, that's just, first of all, shit by the AFL, but also just Croft, just poor technique.
It's becoming way too much AFL trying to cover their asses. But they're going to realise that even though they suspend players, it's not going to cover them like if you get sued in 10 years because of that, like these are all accidental acts. They're nothing that, it's what the AFL does with the player that gets concussed is what matters. Not about what they do to the other player. That doesn't do anything for the person that's just been concussed. And there's obviously, I'm not sure if you boys have seen, but Murphy's come out, the Collingwood player, and about how he's still really suffering from his concussion symptoms. So he's still getting vertigo. He's still, having real hard time with day-to-day activities, and his insurance are not like accepting his claim. So, Chucky, what was I just talking about then?
You're talking about how someone, forgot their name, is having really bad headaches and his insurance company isn't making claims.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Who was it?
I couldn't tell you.
Pretty popular player.
My brain's kind of just, I don't know, mate.
We've got a Sharky Cam. You're on your phone for the past 3 minutes.
Who's had to retire because of concussion over the last 2 years?
We didn't discuss that.
What?
We didn't discuss. Oh, I'm not getting flamed. I was on my phone. I was doing some important business movements,
So bullshit.
What's the business movements? What's happening?
getting some stuff marked.
Sharky's also been called out with poor grammar, and we're
Yep.
starting to get texts from it.
Mhm.
One text doesn't count as text.
That counts as
Technically, it
text.
does if they both message. If they
Oh,
message
did
both
they
of
message
us.
you as well? Yeah.
So
they
that's
messaged me
text.
too.
So it's texts.
That's text. That's
Yeah.
3.
It's texts.
So we've had 3 separate texts about a certain
it's not
someone,
the first
aka
time
Sharky, getting his grammar wrong, just chucking it at Grammarly or some chat GPT.
Well, we don't want me to put it through ChatGPT because you guys crack it when you're like, this is clearly AI.
That was only when you were making up stories for in this
Hey,
round.
the fantastic seagull stories from that. Unmatched. We have
What was the one where it was like
Something was on fire, wasn't
like
it?
the tumbling boy
Oh,
or something
yeah.
like that? And then like they gave them their own names and everything. Like, oh yeah, the famous fucking story.
The fabulous something.
Yeah.
The Incredible. There was a lot of The Incredible. But from Kiz's crack on the umpires, we move to a bit of a nothing game. North versus the Crows. But North didn't want to back down. They want to come out there, finish the season on a good terms, and being 13 points away from the top of the ladder, I would be pretty happy if I was a North fan. Would you guys
they
agree?
played a pretty good brand of football. At home, I think their young guns have really stepped up for them. Cooper Trembath, obviously, kicked the 3. That's 9 goals in 3 games. So I don't know if we've seen a mid-season do something like that in a while, to be honest. But
I feel like we always see someone every year. There's always that one player that just pops up and they do well.
yeah.
And we've had quite a few to do. McCarthy as well.
Yeah. But for me, this was a main thing of how will Adelaide do with no Rankin.
He's out of the country too, by the way.
Yes, he has
Which
gone
is
on vacation.
Italy.
Get some therapy in
I think he's. Is he in Italy?
Italy.
Yeah, Italy.
Oh, I thought he was going to like that German camp.
Auschwitz.
Not that. No.
That's. If I search up German camp, what do you think's gonna come up?
I meant like the fitness camp.
Okay, you mean the one that Petrarca did?
Yeah.
Well, that was in
I was
Sweden.
in Austria. Was it Sweden? I thought because he went to Red Bull, didn't he?
Yeah, it was Red Bull. That's
Red
what.
Bull's-
Austria.
Austria.
Yeah.
So I thought he was going there because I know he's going over there for a bit of training and such. I don't think he's just going away for a holiday.
If you search up German camp, it comes up with Auschwitz and Nazi concentration camps. So forgive me for German and camp in the same sentence.
Why would he be going there though?
Because you can visit there as a tourism spot.
What? He's really just wants to be super
Hey,
depressed.
You were the one that said German camp. I reckon you have 90.
A
What were you-
Kosciuszko all over.
what were you thinking there when he said German camp?
I was trying to think of a German. I didn't think of that. I was just trying to think what German camp is there in Germany.
Well, yeah. Google backs me up because when you
No,
think of
I do agree with
when you
you.
come up with German camp, it's
Well, I feel like it's not a bad shout, but I feel
No,
like
it's a pretty
it's
bad
a fucking
shout.
terrible. All that comes
I
up is
wasn't talking about. I was
Auschwitz.
backing Will on this one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was saying, yeah, well, it's just like hasn't turned my favor in that one.
Yeah. Konzentrationslager. That's what it stands for.
So back to the football. I think that really showed that I'm missing Rankin.
No, I disagree. That's what I was going to say before
Oh.
Sharky brought up the German camps. See what when you say German camps, like see how just like it sounds terrible actually.
Especially with what he got done for us.
Like the boy in white. Yeah, well that's why I was thinking maybe he's trying to learn something or like. Anyways, I thought Ben Keys filled the role really well.
Oh, I'm not talking about their forward line. I'm talking about their midfield.
Without him.
Yeah. Their clearance game is struggling at the moment. I mean, it struggled against Collingwood as well. But this game, when they lose clearance by, they lost clearance by 21. And I know that's what North Melbourne pride themselves on. And that's their
Bread and butter.
exactly. That's the word I was looking for. But if you just look at it, 27 clearances they had, they averaged the 38 for the season. So North did pretty well. And I mean, it doesn't question. I mean, we know their backline, Adelaide, is really good, but this is one where I see if a team in finals does get over them in clearance, that could be a big worry. The damn wall in their backline might just break for about 15 minutes. And I look at them like, who's a team that's quite good through stoppage? Like
Brisbane.
GWS. If they would come across GWS, I think GWS could give them a bath. And Adelaide, our Gold Coast on a good day, could maybe if they get their clearance game going. That's probably my biggest worry for them. If they can fix that. I think without Rankin, he can just come in for that 30% CBAs and he still gets the 2 or 3 clearances even around the ground. I think that's something they missed. So forward line, yeah, Ben
Well,
Keys was good. Kicked the first 2 goals.
Yeah. Funny you say that, right? So since round 16,
Mm.
and this obviously is skewed because CBAs is just centre bounce attendances. So we probably see him more in the midfield than what this says. But he's only paid over 32% CBAs twice.
Just because Rochelle gone out. So he's had to play a little bit.
Yeah,
more
so in the
forward.
past 10 weeks or so. Yeah, since a little bit before Rochelle left the side, yeah. He's had to play more forward time, but it's an interesting one to see because Sid Draper obviously came in and Billy Dowling came in, so those were 2 guys, probably not clearance players, still finding their feet. You wonder if they go or if they stay for finals.
Well, Max Michaelani should be back for round 1 of
Mm.
finals. Rochelle should be back if they can make it to a prelim. So if they get to, let's say, the prelim, they've got some more right players coming back in.
Luke Pedler as well.
Yeah, I
maybe.
don't know. Would you bring him in or are you happy with what Dowling did? I thought Dowling was actually all right.
Yeah,
he kicked
Dowling-
the 2, didn't he?
He's been very good in the sandful
Yeah,
as
he was
well.
very
So
good in the 2s.
I don't mind this from Adelaide because you kind of give them a free pass. You kind of let them rinse and repeat, let them recover.
Well, so this is the thing. I don't know how you feel about it because their last 4 games they've won by a total 39 points. So that's less than about, let's say, 10 points a game. 2 of those games coming against the bottom 3 teams.
Who have they played?
So they lost to West Coast they beat West Coast, sorry, by I think less than a goal.
Yes.
They just beat Collingwood. They obviously beat North on the weekend and Hawthorn as well.
Yeah, and Hawthorn was their biggest win.
And again, winning a game of football is a lot. Like the fact that they won, yeah. First of all, you go, that's a tick in the box. If they've won all 4 of those, so you can say in close games they're really good. But why they such close games is what their coaching staff will be wondering.
Mm.
But they did the work early to get to
Yeah.
where they are, and so. But yeah, that's just a little question marks on their heads.
Well, okay, I've got a question for you then here.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be Collingwood right now or Adelaide?
Oh, I'd rather
Adelaide.
be Adelaide.
Yeah, okay.
But I think that this game that they're coming into next week is a worry for them, because if they lose to Collingwood, I could see them just getting real nervous, especially
Yeah,
younger
yeah.
players. Not sure who they would play. They'd still be at home, but Collingwood, I'm worried for them.
I
It depends.
definitely.
Do you reckon they're better in the wet or in the dry? Like that game against Collingwood, do you reckon they would have been better if it was in the wet or if it was in the dry?
I think they're really good in the wet. They beat Port by 100 points in
Yeah.
the wet, so I don't think it's a.
that was the wettest game I've probably seen all season.
And
Too.
yeah, to win by 100
Yeah, it
points
was
in a
unbelievable.
game like that, is
Showdown too.
very impressive. So I definitely think they're a very good side in the wet. I agree with what Keon's saying about them getting very nervous in a finals game. I feel like it'll depend what team they play if they lose that first week. If they play against the Hawthorn, I could see them absolutely rolling them. If they play against a Freo, I could see them rolling them. But if they play against someone like a Giants or a more experienced team or another team that lost that week before, or a Sun, or I could see them rolling a Suns. But any more experienced team, I could
I actually
definitely see them
think
losing. to.
GWS match with them really well.
Yeah,
Tall forward line against a tall back line.
with Buckley back as well.
Yeah, if Daniels is back, Kelly back.
Yeah, and that's the thing I see as well with this game is Adelaide match up so well against Collingwood. Because Adelaide's weak side is probably their back line and so is Collingwood. So it's kind of a stalemate there. But
You reckon Adelaide's weak side's their back line?
compared to their midfield and their forward line, yes.
I think their back line is what's got them to where they are.
No, well, the whole season it's been talk about how they're all offense, no defense. You know, the highest scoring against and scoring for, right? They definitely play an offensive brand of backline, and I think recently their backline's been a lot better, but they still get shown every now and again their weaknesses for sure.
I reckon their midfield. I think that the reason why their backline comes under so much duress is because their midfield really struggles at times.
Yeah. But I think their forward line against Collingwood matches up really well against Collingwood's back line. I think they'll just overwhelm them. Yeah.
The Saturday night game out at Optus Stadium with Eagles taking on the Swans was really a story of 2 halves. Close game at the first half with it being a 7-point game. Eagles actually being up and then the Swans going, nah, we're not ending the season like this. And coming away and getting a 120 point. That's a very big lead. But kicking an additional 13 goals. Just tearing away. And I feel like the Swans this year have had a disappointing year. But when we see glimpses of this where they play a good brand of footy, and I feel like on the weekend we saw them play a much better brand of footy with stars like Errol standing up, you can see what might be next year. If they keep a fit side, they keep moving forward like this, would be much better. And I want to hear your guys' takes.
My first, what was Papley's CBAs?
I'll pull that up quickly.
So he played a lot of midfield, and I reckon that might be something that they look at next year because he looked quite good rolling from the midfield. to the forward
36%.
line. Yeah, so I think that worked. Because then what did Heaney play as well?
82%.
Yeah, I feel like those two, if they literally just chop and swap. One goes full forward, the other one goes midfield, the other one goes full forward, the other goes midfield. I think that worked really good. I mean, Errol was awesome. And then
It was also Errol's most CBAs played this season.
yeah, okay, what do you have?
46%
Yeah, wow.
CBAs.
That explains why he had 3 clearances.
Yeah.
I mean, the last 10 minutes, Sydney kicked 3 goals from centre bounce in a row. Literally. In, mark, goal. Like, I think they had, I think it was 11 touches and 3 goals or something. That was a game. Sharky summed it up.
Will, do you have anything you want to add before we move on to the next one?
No.
Well, that brings us to arguably the game of the round coming into the last round, where we had Dogs versus Freo fighting for spots, making the top 8, and there was a lot of hype coming into this game. And let's just say that Freo came into this and they weren't mucking about. They played a great brand of footy. Really, looking at them play, you looked heads and shoulders better than the Dogs. And personally, I don't think many of the Dogs players really stood up, in my opinion. Obviously, the Bont was there. He absolutely tore it up. He was really trying to fight for the team, get him across the line, but just couldn't do it. Do you guys have similar opinions to mine? Different?
Yeah, I mean, no, there was 3 players I can name that probably showed up for the Dogs: Marcus Bontempelli, Libba, and Riley West. That was and Artie Jones when he came on, he was quite electric. But
I'd say Fraser was pretty good.
he wasn't really there in the first half, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I guess.
But if I'll say those 3 players were awesome. But I mean, Richards, I think they had 40 odd clearances, and half of them came from Bont and Libba, who combined for 20. So right there, you got a problem. English, normally he gets more than the 2. Richards had the 3, I think, and Sarong's second half, he just said, "All right, boys, no mucking around. Let's go win this game." I thought Murphy Reid, God, I don't see how he can't win the Rising Star. For me, I think he's been the best one all year. But yeah, their forward line, Freo just looked electric. Will?
My boys. The Dockers do it for 5. You love to fucking see it. And I'll put this game down to one thing. Those boys wanted it so much fucking more than the Dogs wanted it. Like, seriously. That was the pressure I saw on that game by the Dockers was fucking incredible. Like, that second quarter was some of the best pressure football I've ever seen. I've never seen Bont have to fucking... Bont looked the best out there, and even he was getting very highly pressured. Richards didn't even have time to get rid of the football. Like, the pressure they gave throughout this game was just absolutely incredible. A miss in that first half was fucking awesome. And then Paddy Voss popping up in that second half, unreal. Tracy second half, unreal. Bolton, we said finals experience, showing up when it matters. He showed up when it mattered the most. And they just played so well as a team. Like, that's the best I've seen them play as a team. And they really shut down the Doggies forward line. The Doggies back line was fucking disgustingly bad. Lob just could not time a jump. O'Donnell was getting completely destroyed. Buzzlinger, oh my gosh, Buzzlinger was so bad. He's had some really good moments this year, but that was the worst game I've ever seen him play. I don't know if did you watch this game? There was like 3 times where he got done holding the ball twice. There was one he should have got done holding the ball for. And then there was one where he grabbed it and he like went into the tackler just to get a stoppage because he didn't want to get rid of it. And that was the kind of game it was where normally you've got so much more time, but the Dockers just wanted it so much more. The Dogs were really pushing in that fourth quarter, but unfortunately, when you leave it to 44 points in the fourth quarter, it's too late. Jordan Croft, I felt he just definitely a little bit concussed because of that Sarong hit, but he dropped a couple marks that he probably should have taken. Sam Darcy, there's 3.5 minutes left and you're kicking a set shot from 50 out and only taking 5 seconds. for me, I'd much rather you take at least maybe 20 seconds. Take a little bit of time and make sure you kick the goal because it's useless if you miss because you're still wasting time.
Well, not to gloat over him, but we look at Nazaya when he was trying to beat Melbourne. That mark he took in the forward line, into that first goal that he kicked, not the winning goal. He took the full 30.
Yeah.
Because he marked it at 50 and he kicked it at about 13.
Yeah.
Or
And
8,
it's
whatever it was.
because
Took time.
it's absolutely useless wasting 5. You're still wasting 10 seconds, but you're not kicking the goal.
Especially when you're giving the ball straight back to Freo, so if you miss, it's not like it becomes a 50-50.
And
they're getting it.
they were getting real close at that point. They definitely could have done some good things. I do agree. Arthur Jones was absolutely unreal when he came on, but this was a team that wants to win for Nat 5. Like this team was incredible. Sean Darcy was incredible. Sean Darcy was really good in my opinion. He got one. Like,
These cheeky little just
did you
handballs
see
that he
the-
get.
I don't know if you saw this, but he got one and he got it back. And he got it back like 3 times and he was like, I don't know what the fuck did it. Why do you keep giving it back to me?
So many, just give these little handballs.
Yeah, and then there was another one where he's on their 50 and he gets it and just there's 2 defenders like there and there and he just laces it out in front of him to Switkowski. And like, it was incredible. It was just one of the greatest things to say. But yeah, very proud of the Dockers to go out and play like this in a game like this. It's what I wanted them to do and they really executed really well.
That was the football they had to play.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the fast move. It wasn't so quick, but it didn't allow the Bulldogs. We literally saw it. The way they were going to win was obviously outscore them because that's fucking football.
Yeah.
But they kept the Dogs. They had won the game at basically at 3/4 time.
Yeah.
They had got enough to it that they shouldn't have lost. So I look at it like that, and they just stopped the Dogs from scoring. They had no idea what to do. I mean, they had 12 marks inside 50. The Dogs. First of all, that shouldn't be happening. If you have that tall of a forward line, should be getting more. But 3 of them came from West, and 3 came from Croft. So when half of them are coming from your smallest forward, and the other one's coming from the bloke who's played 3 games, Norton had the 1. Darcy had Norton had 2. Darcy had 1, which was that set shot Will was talking about. So he didn't have one for the whole 3/4 and 28 minutes. Alex Pearce and Cox as well early, the first sort of 10 minutes. Bulldogs got to kick 2 or 3 goals, but he saved them on the goal line playing the goalkeeper.
Even that second half, his spoils were just huge.
Yeah, got in front. They worked. Alex Pearce is the best player to play on Sam Darcy all year. Just shut him down.
Yeah.
I think it's because he's a tall body as well. Alex Pearce is
Yeah.
like 200 centimeters. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They just stopped them everywhere really, and Bulldogs the Bulldogs really is really what they did.
Yep.
In the end.
Now I will say this.
Yeah.
So there was a discussion that was had last week, and you and I had differing opinions, right? You said that Adam Treloar should come on as the sub,
Mm-hmm.
whereas I said he should start on the field and then maybe get subbed if he gets injured.
And the dog said,
Doggies
"No,
went-
don't listen to these guys."
Doggies went with a different approach, and they decided to not pick him at all. And I think that's the last time we'll see him watching a Doggies game as a fan. I think if he's smart, he'd leave the club. In a game like that, when it matters and you feel healthy, I couldn't think of being more frustrated, to be honest, because their season's going to be over and he'll be furious.
Well, yeah, he had to have at least been sub, because one experience, and again, we said it's not the form that he's lacking, it's just whether he body holds up or not.
And especially seeing someone like Nat Fife out there, if you're Treloar, because he was at the game, seeing Nat Fife being able to come on and play, it would suck knowing that you feel healthy, you feel fit, and you feel ready to go out there and do something.
I'm just going to leave one thing with Luke Beveridge for the Bulldogs for the rest of the year if they don't make finals. Either Croft, Norton, defense next year. The 3 of them don't work. They all get in each other's way. I think that's what Darcy struggled with quite a lot as well. They all
Croft was really good though.
Croft, no, that's what I'm saying. Croft was real. That's why I think it should be Norton that goes there. But I just think if they want to build this forward line around Sam Darcy, which is what it looks like, I don't think all three of them work because they really just seem to get in each other's way. But one of those two, apparently, I'm not sure if it's true, but they said coming into the game that Croft apparently in a preseason game 2 years ago, he played in the back line. So apparently he's trained there before, but hasn't been there at all in the VFL. But I think, I don't know. I don't think the three of them work, and they obviously need to find someone in the back line, whether they go and look for someone or they do it internally. Lob had a shocking year in the back end.
The second half of the year.
And O'Donnell obviously buzzling. This is a game that they probably should have brought Liam Jones in for, but he's been pretty shit as well. They just haven't had a defender in form.
Yeah, I think the defenders that were in form, which was Lob and O'Donnell, were at the first half of the year. And that's when we saw the best football out of them and the best football out of the doggies. But now O'Donnell really has been shown in this second half of the year his weaknesses. And I think Lob has also been shown out his weaknesses with, how much he's been caught out. We know he loves to run and jump at the ball, but they're just not letting him do that.
I don't think he took an intercept mark for the whole game.
Yeah. And that's what he is in that back line. I will say, though, Norton's kicked 60 goals for the year. You can't just pluck him down back.
Something's got to change. And I think they're so offensive that their back line lacks, and exactly in this game. Because we saw, when it came down with 10 minutes to go, their offense, it clicked at one stage. They just went, and that's what their offense can do. But if they had a better defense, I think at some point you've got to weigh up. Because next year they can't go and do the exact same thing, because they literally this game proved that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because if you move the ball in there quickly, then you're going to beat them. And I think that's why we see teams like Essendon and St Kilda get absolutely smashed by them, because they try to move it in slowly, and that's when it allows more mids to get in there and to clog it up. But at some point, whether they go get someone or they move someone, it has to happen. They can't.
I agree that something has to happen, but I feel like it has to be a trade, to be honest. Because if you can get a key back for Norton and like Croft, or Norton and Ugelhagen, or something like that, like Norton's he's on one of the biggest contracts in the AFL.
Oh, so Ugelhagen, he's going to get paid out at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They're going to pay him out, say goodbye to him. Because the other thing is, I just said you can't have Darcy, Norton, Croft, and then Waitman.
And then Ugelhagen as well.
Well, Ugelhagen's not there.
Yeah.
But you bring Waitman in as well, who is a big marker. I don't think you have all four of those players in there.
I feel like Waitman would just kick out Vandermeer or West, or maybe not West, but
No, they can't kick West out. No,
not
but
West. But
Waitman's more of a marking small forward. He's not the crummer that, Vandermeer. Vandermeer's more wing as well, high half forward. One of those four, I don't think all four of those players fit, but that's a problem for them to deal with next year. I will just say, Fremantle is very quickly turning into Geelong with all their blonde hair.
Yeah, I know.
I was watching this game and I went, geez, they're everywhere.
Cole Warner,
Wagner.
Corey Wagner. You could probably count out Fife in the early days,
I was watching, I went, who is that?
Yeah, bunch of them.
I think the only injury that came out for Freo was Wagner. Shoulder. I think it was in the end. He got subbed out. Hopefully he'll be all right with the week off. And Swiskowski hurt his knee but got cleared that he'll be all right with a week off.
From all the games being wrapped up for round 24, we move into Kiz's Undercover Night.
My knight in shining armor.
Yes, so this is the last round, and we'll announce our captain and our Undercover Night player of the year, because I don't think Will Graham's going to be playing on Wednesday night, and we don't have anyone else who will have a chance, I don't think. Yeah, no. We actually, there's funny enough, there's no Essendon player in this team, so that probably tells you quite a lot.
Really? Is there a Richmond player?
Yeah, just hold your
Seth
horses.
Campbell?
Just hold your horses.
Okay.
Do you want me to read the whole team out so you can?
Yeah,
rejog
go
your
on.
memory? All right.
Well, it's the end of it, isn't it?
It is the end of it. So this week, first of all, spoke about it a bit earlier. Cooper Trembath, congratulations.
Yeah.
He's been awesome. 9 goals in 3 games. Elite. So starting off in the back line, Toby Pink, Mark Keane, Mark O'Connor. Jeez, we've got the marks in there. Tom McCarthy, Josh Worrell, Sam Banks.
Nice.
Wings, we've got Mason Wood and Ed Allen.
Mason Wood.
Midfield, Elijah Hewitt, Hugo Garcia, and Jack Ross. And ruck, Jordan Sweet.
Okay.
Half forward, Sam Puskowski, Sean Manor. Oh no, we've got to fix this because we've got two. All right, no, I'm going to fix it on the spot. So restart the forward line. Sean Manor, McMahon, Max Hall, Humphrey.
Key forward.
Yeah,
Trembath?
Trembath. Then Murphy Reed.
Yeah.
So I'll say it again very quickly. Manor, McMahon, Max Hall, Humphrey, Trembath, and Murphy Reed.
Yeah.
Then backline, Max Michelani, Joe Richards, Xavier O'Halloran, and Shanahan. And then as the sub, Will Graham. He'll stay as a sub.
Yeah.
So
There's been 2 droppings, has there? Or 1?
Will Graham and someone else.
Cam McKenzie.
Yeah, Cam McKenzie. Cam McKenzie probably the worst of them. Will Graham unfortunately got injured.
Yeah.
He'll be sub. That's all right. So nothing but footy player of the year. No,
Yeah,
not nothing but footy.
night.
Undercover night of the
Kisses
year.
Undercover night.
Sorry,
The night
the night.
in shining armor.
Do you want to each of you maybe give who you think it should be? I'll
Go,
let you have a
Sharky.
look. So you.
Oh, I've got mine.
Murphy Reed.
You've got yours.
Can I pick 2?
This is
Can I
what
pick 2?
you're on like a 2 vice captains.
I'm going to go captain and then vice.
Okay.
Captain Tom McCarthy,
Mm-hmm.
vice Sam Banks.
Yeah. Okay. Sharky, you said Murphy Reed.
Yeah.
So this is. I'll tell you where my head's at. Right. I'll give you my short list. So we got McCarthy, Banks,
Yeah.
Murphy Reed.
Bang.
That's
That's what we
That's
said.
all 3 of you said. I can't really see anyone else. But I'm gonna give it to, and I'll explain why once I say the name. I'm actually giving it to Sam Banks.
Wow, Banksy.
So congratulations, Sam Banks. So I thought he was elite all year, and the reason is because Murphy Reed got drafted. Tom McCarthy was
Got
number 1
drafted.
pick in the
Mid-season.
mid-season draft, but
Yeah.
Sam Banks really came out of nowhere. He's been on a list for what 2 years now, I think it's
Yeah.
been. And no one, if you asked, 80% of the people who watch football that aren't Richmond fans who Sam Banks was probably couldn't tell you who the hell he was.
Yeah.
If you asked me who he was, I could say he played for Richmond. Couldn't tell you his position.
Yeah.
And he made himself known against Essendon is really when he moved to the halfback and started going. So that's my reasoning for picking him, because he really is the undercover knight, even though Murphy Reed and McCarthy are young players who have come out of nowhere. But in the end, it's Banks who.
It is
No
very
one
true.
really-
Very undercover.
Mhm.
Does go under
So
the radar.
in the end, that's why I felt like I had to pick him. And then I've got my what do you call it? Leadership group in McCarthy and Reed.
Nice. Love to see it.
Now, I know it is the review, but we're going to quickly preview Wednesday's game, which is Don's take on the Suns. And yeah, I'm keen to hear what you guys have to think about it. Obviously, I'm going to put us all down for the Suns, unless anyone wants an upset.
So, well, before we speak about this game, I'll lay out the facts of what has to happen, right? You lose, this is Gold Coast. You lose, you don't make finals. You win, you're in the finals. You win by less than 5 goals, you finish 8th and play GWS.
Yeah.
You win by more than 5 goals, you finish 7th and play Freo.
Ooh.
You'd
Both
rather-
away, right?
Both away. You'd rather play Freo, in my opinion, because GWS has killed them twice this year,
True.
and you play them at home.
Yeah.
Even though Freo's still going to be difficult to play at home, it's probably your easier option. But so that's the straight facts for them. Now, this is where I sit, right? I don't know what would be funnier. Gold Coast losing and missing finals, even though they should have made it. At one stage,
Yeah.
they were top 4.
Yeah.
Or the fact of how good the Dogs are with a percentage of 140, should
Missing
make finals,
finals.
missing finals.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's funnier, but as much I don't know. Could
Oh.
Essendon come over and defeat it? Probably not, but
Well, I'll give a little fun fact here on the game. The tipping percentages is at 96.3% on Gold Coast. So, like, not even Essendon fans are going for Gold Coast here. 3.7% of people are going for Essendon this week.
And that's probably the people who are like one tip, like tied, and they just need that one
they
more
just
tip.
need that extra one.
It's just leave it into fate's hand and see if the Suns are good enough, which they should be. But
Well, the
Yeah.
one thing I think's ridiculous is someone is going to miss finals with 14 wins for the season, which is just fucking ridiculous when you think about it.
And I think that loss against, I don't think they would have, but losing against Port, maybe there was a possibility for them to maybe rest a couple players.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know if they would have, because they still had a chance to make top 4, but they could have given them a chance to maybe rest 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But now you got to win it if you want to make finals, and that's why this game is so important. I mean,
Yeah. Well, put it this way, 14 wins gets you 5th the last 2 years before this year.
yeah. I mean, I think Craig McRae, he said it. He goes because they finished on 15 wins for the year, I think,
Yeah.
and he said, I don't think the team's ever finished 15th and still worrying if they're going to make the top 4 or not. So,
Yeah.
what a season it's been. But again, it questions the problem with what's going on the bottom of the ladder. But yeah, Sharky, what do you reckon will happen in this game? Do you reckon
I reckon
they finish 7th or 8th?
I'd probably reckon they'd finish 7th, but I don't know. I feel like there's a chance that the Dons just are like annoying enough that they don't finish.
Win
7th.
by a lot. Yeah.
They're like keeping it close. They're like making sure, like keeping them accountable, like not going out there and just giving them that free win. But at the same time,
I want them to play Freo because I reckon Freo can get them. I reckon Freo much rather get the Suns than the Hawks.
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think about that.
But then the Hawks, like this will also depend on who the Hawks plays.
Yes.
So if Gold Coast win, then if they win by a lot, Hawks will play Giants. And if they don't win by much, then Hawks will play Freo. As a Hawks fan, what are you looking at
Much rather play Freo.
at Optus Stadium?
Yeah, I feel like we match up pretty well against Freo.
Yeah. So
Where I feel like Giants can kind of just overwhelm us at times. With that game previewed, we move on to the tips. It's not done just yet, but with one game left.
No, wait, let's leave it.
Leave it?
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
leave it.
Okay. Well, since we're leaving that one, we move on to Will's Where's Your Wallet?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money,
Dollar, dollar. Dollar.
All right, that disappeared for me, but I think it was there for all the other boys.
what's the sum at this point of the year?
Let me pull that up real quick.
So starting off on the Friday night game, we had the Collingwood versus Melbourne game. Harry Petty, he copped striking. First defence on Will Frampton. William Frampton.
Oh, interesting.
Billy Frampton.
Just
doesn't- Doesn't sound right, though. $1,500 fine. And Billy Frampton gets striking on Harrison Petty as well. $1,500 fine. Surely they could just call it even Stevens for the
if you're just on each other.
for the exchange, you know. That's just a bit of a money grab from the AFL, the exact same fine. Alir, he copped striking. First defence on Ben King. $1,500 on the Friday night games. Here we go. On into the Saturday games with the North versus Adelaide game. Jordan Dawson, careless contact with an umpire, third offence, $5,000 fine. Rory Laird, rough conduct, first offence on Zach Banch, $3,000 fine. Jake Salego, rough conduct on Tristan Zeri, $3,000 fine, first offence. And Mitch Hinge, staging in the fourth quarter, $1,500 fine. Eagles versus the Swans. Jinby, he gets rough conduct on Hayden McLean, $2,500 fine. And Liam Baker cops rough conduct on Chad Warner, a one match, which is just a pain in
That's
the
so
ass.
annoying.
Just like, Leave him be, really. Like, fuck. So he is now out of Brownlow contention. And then into the Sunday games, we've got Callahan, other misconduct. So some cheeky one. First offence on Isaac Keeler, $1,500 fine. And Finn Callahan striking on Marcus Windhager, $1,500 fine. And in the Brizzy Hawks game, we've got Darcy Wilmot staging, $1,500 fine.
Who was the second Callahan striking on?
There was only one Callahan striking, and it was on Marcus Windhager.
Wasn't there the killer one?
Oh, no, yeah. It was other misconduct.
So the thing is, Sharky's got up right now. It says striking on Nazai Wang Dean Miller, not.
Yeah, Sharky reads off zero hanger. It's wrong. This is from the AFL.
And on that, the fine tally, not yet for the year, but we're sitting at $590,625.
I don't think that's right. Zero hanger's been wrong all year.
Okay.
I thought you were keeping a tally.
That's what I thought.
I was, and then it got blown out from a few things.
We've had 35 suspensions this year, total of 68 weeks handed
Wow.
out. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
Wow.
And 377 charges, along with 322 fines. Yeah, it's quite a lot. And only 8 of them have been dismissed.
Yeah. All right, let's do the math ourselves there. How many fines did they say it was?
322.
322 at a minimum of that. Yeah. So $1,500 minimum at how many fines that says there is $483,000. So with the extra like 20 grand, 10 grands and 5 grands, 3 grands everywhere, I think the total would be a lot more than that.
Well, we move on to the 3-2-1s for this round.
1 vote, 2 votes, that's 3 votes.
So,
Well, one vote here. I've got Sam Banks. He was very good for the Tigers against Geelong. Is this ear rape?
yeah.
1 vote, I've got Marcus.
Oh, you didn't say well
Bontempelli.
first.
Oh, sorry.
Go
Well, 1 vote. I've got Marcus Bontempelli.
Well, 2 votes here. I've got Zach Butters.
Hold on, you can't turn us down. You don't turn yourself down when you do it.
Yeah, hang on. You did it first.
He's done it all. He does it every week. His intros are the when he does it the most.
Continue.
Wow. We've got Zach Butters here. He was unreal. He had the 35 touches, I think it was. 35 touches in a massive win against the Suns.
High score Supercoach for the round.
Yep.
191.
Did it for Ken. Did it for Boki. Played an unreal game. So that was great to see.
Well, with 2 votes, I've got Errol Goulden. Thought he was elite, except it was a game that really didn't matter, so I couldn't give him as much of the votes.
With the 3, I've got Marcus Bontempelli. He was fucking incredible. I think he had 16 touches and a goal in that last quarter or last half.
Yeah, that quarter. I think
Yeah, it was
14
that
in a
quarter.
goal.
Yeah, 14 and a goal. So
Kicked a goal in the 3rd quarter as well.
yeah, so to do that, to really put the team on your back and try your fucking heart out as he does every single week.
I don't think he went to the bench that quarter as well.
Yeah. Played 90% time on ground, finished with the 33-2, so with 11 clearances. Yeah, just incredible. He's something we'll probably never see again. I wouldn't be surprised if he polls the 3
Yeah,
here.
he should. I don't know. There was actually no Freo player that just stood out.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
not
a
at all.
collective team.
Yeah.
thing.
With 4 votes.
Hang on.
Okay.
Didn't give us 3.
Oh, sorry.
Well, with 3, oh, now you confused me.
Well,
Well, I guess I made a mistake there. Well, with 3 votes, I've got Alex Pearce. I thought he was awesome to stop. That forward line, that tall forward line, especially Darcy, shut him down and got it going for him.
yep. With 4, I've got Errol Gordon, what was it, 32-2, I think it was?
38, I think, or 35 plus.
35-2. Just an unreal game from Errol. He was very, very good, to say the least. Got the dub for the team, played the midfield, and showed the Sydney season out well.
4 votes. Zach Butters played his last game under Ken. May have played his last game for Port Adelaide. And he was just incredible, especially that last sort of quarter and a bit. Was elite and did it right next to his captain and, yeah, got him over the line.
With 5 votes,
Yeah, I've got the man, Airport Luggage, Hugh McLuggage. He was absolutely everywhere in that first half against the Hawks. Obviously kicked a snag in that first half. I don't. Did he kick both of his goals in that first half?
No, he kicked one
Just-
inning in the third quarter.
Yeah, okay. So just kicked one in that first half, but he was unreal. Finished with 32 touches, 2 goals, 4 tackles, 3 clearances, and 450 metres gained. Literally everywhere.
And, yep, I'm the same. He was just, yeah, unbelievable. Did it when it mattered. What was it? Was it 2 goals, 2, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of them was quite difficult, so we can't say he was with the easy
With
misses.
the Zach Baileys of
Uh,
the world.
Yeah, and Hugh McCluggage is just standout play from all year.
Yeah.
so do we want to do because I can do the total votes for this round, but that's likely going to give it away.
No, we'll wait for the next game because
Yeah.
we've still got votes to give out.
Yeah, I agree. With that all wrapped up, I think that's the end of the episode, unless you guys have anything else you want to add.
No. Wait, hang on.
Who-
Does it even matter with this game? Do we have anyone close? Matt Rowell?
Not really.
Matt Rowell and
Matt Rowell
Essendon.
would be the closest.
Yeah,
Is
Matt
Matt
Rowell.
No,
Can-
so no one. That game actually doesn't mean anything.
Okay, so you can do it.
Okay, I'll work backwards here. So in
Go top 10 maybe?
top 10, we have Finn Callahan.
Oh, he hit the top 10.
So, but he might not make.
He might
Oh,
get-
he might not make
He
the
might
top
get cut
10.
off. So just for the listeners, what we're going to do is we're going to put the Dons Suns game. We're going to put those votes towards
zero.
round 0. So some people could get knocked off. So Finn Callahan's one of them. The next one we have is Cozzy Pickett with 19 votes.
Well done. Very well deserved.
Then we have Max Gorm with a 20.
Yep. 2 10s.
Then we have Hugh McCluggage and Matt Rowell.
Jeez, Hugh McCluggage just went
He jumped.
straight up there.
He went from 18th.
Oh my gosh.
with the 24 points. And then
What spots are we at? Like, is that 7th or?
that's 5th, I think, equals 5th.
Okay.
Then we have, with 28 votes, we have Marcus Bontempelli.
At 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Naz
Top 3.
at 30.
So 3rd place, Naz with 30 votes.
Then second, runner-up, is Max Holmes with 34 points. Oh, I should have said votes there.
Mm,
That's horrible.
mm.
The winner, by 6 votes, congratulations, Isaac Heaney.
Yep. Well done, mate.
Worked hard all year, put a real effort in, wasn't getting in at the start, and got some late votes coming towards the end.
The thing is, it doesn't matter how many times you are good. It matters how good you are when you are good.
Correct.
Because his good games were the best games we've seen.
Can you go back to that list, right? Just keep scrolling down. Stop there. The next best for Sydney was, what did Errol get this week?
He got 8.
Errol got
No,
6.
6.
Next best was Errol
With 6.
with his 6.
No one else had got votes.
No.
Shows you the season.
Blakey
Chad
finished
Warner.
with the 5.
Chad Warner didn't have a good season. No, Chad?
Isaac Heaney polled
he poll?
10 times.
No, how many games did he poll? Like, how many rounds?
Would have been 5 then.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, to get 2 perfect 10s.
They were
in-
actually, 2 perfect 10s, but still, yeah.
So,
Just
and then
one
and
good
then a
game,
9.
good game every 3 weeks is
9.
what he did.
Well, that's what I mean. And that's all it takes. You know, it doesn't matter if you get 1 vote every now and again, but if you can kick 36, have 36 and 4 like he did that many times. The thing is about the Nothing But Footy Player of the Year is Doesn't matter if you win or lose.
No.
Who is best on? Obviously, winning and losing will have a part in it, but who was the best player in that game? And that was Isaac Heaney most of the time. So that makes the Nothing But Footy Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac Heaney's got the crown.
The inaugural.
The inaugural. That's also Sam Banks. So you guys can share that.
Yeah,
at
they
the
share
moment.
the trophy.
Uh,
No, Sam basically get the mug.
Yeah, he can have. The
You can have
original
a
mug.
signed mug.
True. I'll sign it for him. Congratulations, Heaney. It's a massive accomplishment.
It is. Add it to
When-
his CV.
Add it to his Wikipedia page.
With the player all handed out and all the awards done, majority for the year, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for Keon.
I got one thing. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I said, "Who's the team you're going to go for in finals? Who's the team we think's going to like? Who's your favorite to win it? Who's winning the grand final?"
Adelaide.
I was going to say Adelaide too, but now I feel like I'm a bit of a bandwagon.
But
No,
I've-
what am I saying? Hawks.
yeah, you've
What am
got
I
a team
doing,
in the
Hawks?
finals.
We're on. Keon?
Oh, I got Geelong.
Yeah.
Well, with all that done, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. Make sure to check us out on the socials. Listen in on to the Wednesday episode. We'll go ahead and let you guys be. See ya.
Gotcha.
It looks like that's the end of the Nothing But Footy podcast. Thanks very much for tuning in. Go ahead and check us out on all of our socials. And we'll see you on the next one.